Today I'm going to be doing a double book review. I finished these books pretty quickly and within quite a short time frame, so I thought I would just do them all in one video and just talk a little bit about them. The first one is by Sophie Helyn and it's called Finding Audrey. I believe this is her first YA novel, and it's about a girl that never leaves her house because she has social anxiety. It's not something, as someone who suffers with anxiety, obviously I know a lot about having and dealing with it, but I've never sort of read about it in a fictional book that much, especially the social anxiety side of things. So that's sort of what drew me into it. I will read you the blurb on the back. It says, Audrey can't leave the house. She can't even take off her dark glasses inside the house. Then her brother's friend Linus stumbles into her life. With his friendly orange sliced smile and his funny notes, he starts to entice Audrey out again. Well, Starbucks is a start. And with Linus at her side, Audrey feels that she can do things she thought were too scary. Suddenly, finding her way back to the real world seems achievable. So it's all about this girl that we find out, I think, that she's been bullied, yeah, she's got pretty severe social anxiety, which bounds her to her house, and this book just shows her progress with meeting other people and overcoming her anxiety and dealing with events that have happened in the past. I believe I gave this 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. It was an okay book. I think I saw it on Zoella's channel in one of her favourite videos, and I think again that's the reason I picked it up, but it wasn't as good as I thought it would be. I am interested in reading some of Sophie Helyn's other books, obviously like Confessions of a Shopaholic, but maybe just reading something else first, because I like the writing style, but I didn't necessarily, I don't know how to say it, but it just, I think my expectations were maybe a bit too high for this book. So if you've read this book, leave me a comment down below what you think of it. I think this book is quite funny, and the humour in it is pretty good, and the way the mum overreacts about everything, I found that pretty funny. It's also written in a way, she's got to sort of film for her therapist, like create a little movie, so it's, some of it is in sort of like script form, and it's sort of showing the world from Audrey's perspective. Yeah. So there's not really a lot I want to say about this book. That's why I sort of wanted to do a double book review today. I do think it's good. If you want something just like a simple, easy read. I mean, I read it really quickly. Maybe if you do suffer with anxiety or social anxiety in particular, this might interest you, or if in general you like reading sort of about mental health in books and stories along that line. So that's the first book. The second book I finished last night and I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, which I feel like I haven't done in ages with a book. And this is called Faceless by Alyssa Shinmel, I think that's how you say it. This is about a girl who is in like a fire accident, and her face is partly destroyed, and she ends up having a face transplant. So this book follows her not only recovering from the accident, but deciding whether she wants to have this face transplant. So I will read you the blurb on the back. It says, when Maisie is burning in a terrible accident, her face is partially destroyed. She's lucky enough to get a face transplant, but how do you live your life when you can't even recognise yourself anymore? As Maisie discovers how much her looks shaped her relationship to the world, she has to redefine her own identity and figure out what lucky really means. So I find these sort of storylines really interesting, where someone has had an accident or is overcoming something quite big in their life and is having to deal with it. I find those stories really gripping. And it's not something I've ever read before about someone having a face transplant, and it's something that yourself, unless you've gone through it, you will never know what it's like. And I feel this book, I mean I wouldn't know for sure, but I feel this book portrays it in a pretty good sense. It sort of shows all the stages that Maisie has to go through in accepting who she is, and dealing with like the anger and mourning sort of the death of part of her face. You also see her relationship changes between her parents, her best friend and her boyfriend, and how they're all trying to make everything go back to normal and before her accident, that things are never going to be the same again really, and that's what this book sort of goes through. And we just follow her along her journey, seeing she wants to go and go to college, so we see her desperately trying to pass her exams and get into the college of her choice. She just wants to go to a college that's as far away as possible from people she knows, so they don't have to know who she is prior to her accident. But like I said, I really enjoy this book. I feel like the room has gone really dark all of a sudden. It's blue in the sun today. So yeah, I found this book really good. Like I said, I gave it 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. If you've read this, please let me know what you think, because I really enjoyed it, and would like to know what your thoughts are on it. That's just my quick little book review today on Faceless and Finding Audrey. If you've got any other book recommendations, leave them down below. I'm always open to look for new books, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.